Hello, my name is Corey Beck, and I would like to talk to you today about aeromedical factors and how they relate to you as a passenger on your next commercial flight. As a recent graduate of Spartan's flight program, I was required to study in depth aeromedical factors, their causes and corrective actions. Upon doing so, I noticed a connection between activities before and during a flight and one's increased probability of experiencing an aeromedical factor. My purpose today is to give you knowledge and hopefully encourage you to research this subject more on your own. Now, the first topic I would like to talk about is hypoxia. There are 4 types of hypoxia, but really only 2 that you can prevent as a passenger. Hypemic hypoxia is the blood's inability to transport oxygen to the cells. Now, this can be brought on through the ingestion of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a gas that is produced by the combustion engine and also cigarette smoke. It can take your body 48 hours to fully rid itself of carbon monoxide. So let's think about this. If we refer it to smoking a cigarette, the simple act of smoking 1 cigarette can reduce the oxygen in the body the same as ascending 500 feet in altitude. Now, the average commercial airliner flies at a pressurized altitude inside the cabin of 8,000 feet. So if you smoke 4 cigarettes before a flight, this can put you at an altitude of 10,000 feet inside the cabin of that aircraft. Now, the FAA suggests the use of supplemental oxygen of altitudes as low as 10,000 feet. Now, if we talk about histotoxic hypoxia, this is the cell's inability to utilize the oxygen the blood is transported. This is most commonly brought on through the use of drugs and alcohol before or during a flight. Now, when I talk about drugs, I'm not talking about illegal drugs, but basic prescription and over-the-counter drugs. I think we all know that the use of simple sinus medicine can greatly affect the way the body functions. So now let's talk about somebody who has consumed alcohol before or during a flight. They are already experiencing a lower level of oxygen due to the 8,000 foot altitude that they are at inside the cabin. So this is going to allow them to absorb the alcohol more readily into their system. Now, as the body or cells do become impaired, they will utilize the oxygen that is available to them less efficiently. Some of the symptoms of hypoxia can range from tingling in the extremities to hot or cold sensations, and from euphoria all the way to belligerence. Now let's shift gears and talk about you vacationers. Say you have a vacation planned to some tropical paradise and you plan on scuba diving. This is a very common activity, and I think many people have done it. The FAA speaks very strongly about scuba diving and flights. They suggest a 24-hour waiting period for any scuba dive that did not require a controlled ascent, and a 48-hour waiting period for one that did. And why this is because whenever you descend below the water's surface, the pressure felt by the body increases in only a few feet. At a depth of 30 feet below the water's surface, the pressure felt by your body is twice as much as it is on the surface. Now, why this is a problem is that it allows the nitrogen to absorb deeper into the body's cells. This happens on the surface, but they basically just take a trip around your body, kind of like riding on a taxi, and they eventually get back off whenever you exhale. So when you have this increased level of nitrogen inside your body, you need to wait for that nitrogen level to balance itself out back to a normal level. If you ascend in an aircraft and you experience this lower pressure, that nitrogen is going to want to rapidly release itself from your body. It does so and it forms bubbles. These bubbles tend to pull in the joints. This can cause stiffness, soreness, and sometimes excruciating pain. So, I hope I've caused you to think about aeromedical factors and how they relate to you as a passenger, not just the pilot. I really encourage you to think about how everyday activities can increase your probabilities of experiencing aeromedical factors. I would like to encourage you to research this more online. There is a tremendous amount of information available. And if you would like to experience aeromedical factors on your own, there's a free program in Oklahoma City offered by the Civil Aerospace Medical Institute that allows you to experience aeromedical factors in a controlled environment. Thank you.